even the Nike shorts. They come here and show you the price in the shop and then sell it to you. Always something. I remember one day when we were going, it was raining and we were passing through it. There was where the Nike factory shop was. It was separated by a bridge. You have to walk over the bridge or use the ferry to go. And because it was raining, everybody was running, and we the Ghanaians got there late, so we came and the rain was now just it's almost gone, and it was just drizzling. And we saw how much 50 pounds on the floor. The guy said, I don't shoot for me. He saw it first, actually. The whole Ghana was, if you see slippers, you go for it, and it's like this. Then we calculate that doesn't work in South Africa. South Africa, you're working and your money falls at you or something, you are private picking. The guy behind you says case. You challenge him, he can then knife you. Yeah, actually, this I've witnessed some. I lived there for about 2 weeks and it was not very good. I saw demonstrations with the guy there. I thought they are stopping. The cattle carrying those their sticks and jumping around. Students demonstrating as if they were still in the bush. Yeah, but that's just South Africa. Very, very difficult, very, very violent. All the streets are possible. So we end up realizing that when you buy the factory price or you talk to the manufacturer, you end up getting a very good deal as compared to you buying through the retailers and the distributors. The other side of, after you have seen the digital markets, now the digital goods, one interesting thing about digital goods is the fact that they are virtual and they are physical in form, but they have been virtualized. They have been turned to a digital form so that you can actually access it. And it's interesting because when you have a music and you make it into your demo scene, when you are selling it online, your cost is only the first initial cost you will see. The rest is a file. So anytime anybody is downloading it, is what? You are making money. I hope you understand me. So your initial cost is in developing the product. Now if you're able, it's like you're buying a book, which is an e-book. The initial cost is me writing the book. The rest of the cost, any other value that I get from selling comes straight to me. Because I will produce the book maybe at 20 Ghana cedis, let's say 100 Ghana cedis, and start selling at 20 Ghana cedis, let's say that. But I'm selling it at 20 Ghana cedis because it's coming to you in hardback or softcover, and you are buying the physical format. If I'm taking to ebook, I may let's reduce it to about 8 or let's say 15 Ghana cedis. But for each of them, there's no cost of producing the book and printing the book. It is an e-format already. You can download it. So if 1,000 people download it, I'm really getting value as compared to 1,000 people buying the book. When 1,000 people buy the book, the manufacturer can understand your royalty is what? 20%. So 1,000 times 20 is what? 20,000. Royalty is 20%, 2,000 Ghana. With the e-book, the royalty discussion is quite different. It's about sometimes about 70-30. Or it's about 60-40. So there's more value because the initial cost for the publisher is just turning it into an ebook for you and put it online. And that changes the economies of scale in transacting on the internet. If you can remember your popular song Azoto that you have been dancing to and have been singing to. Remember, this guy did a video of it. Have you watched it? No. Oh, there's a different video from the other video.
Let's watch it. No. We want to watch it.
I'm sure you have not seen this one. I'm surprised. Yeah, you're sitting here. No, you know there are so many versions of the. There are so many versions of it online. Thank you. Production is once. After that, you put it on the internet. Just think about if you are selling it for you to watch it. Every time you play the thing, you are paying even 10 cedis. It will be of good value for time. You see, Ghana, this is not possible. If it was put on a place like the iTunes, you download and you sell. Now, more of the musicians, okay, I won't say Kenyan musicians per se, but there are some Kenyan musicians who have been able to put their work on the Apple platform called iTunes for selling music. Now, if you look at it, Apple is able to reduce the cost of the music because of the fact that they have eliminated all the CDs in the production. So, and the value is gained directly to the artist. Because all the when you do the music, most of the musicians will tell you that you don't make money from the sale of the CDs. It's you make money from either the negotiation in the beginning in terms of value. For example, Lumba can sign that because you are more likely to sell about 40 million copies. So because of that, pay me maybe $100,000 before we even do the album. Or I'll do the basic master copy and just bring it to you. That's fine. I have finished. This is it. To reproduce it and then master copy it and sell it in Ghana. I'm selling them fine the first copy to you for maybe $300,000. Knowing that he will sell it and then make more than that. And then you keep quiet. Then you make more money from what? The shows. So then you have to go and do the viola and all those other ones. You have to get the sale. So if you are in an environment where we are smart, now we're doing pump drive to show the music. And we're not buying the CDs anymore. Neither are we buying the cassettes. Not to produce singles. Is that not true? And then we use it there and get more invitations, go and perform, go to this Canada, Ghana, whichever it is, go for all those ones, and then perform at that place. In fact, I think now it's more work for them. There are a lot of them who are not making money actually, they are just following others. It's all about noise. Yeah, and okay, we do collaborations and stuff. And if you get a chance and you do some good stints outside, fair enough. If you ask yourself, how many of them can consistently be in the business like within about 20 years? 10 years, some of them have done it. Someone like the Christmas party that TikTok was doing, going around. So 10 years, some of them have done 10 years. They are sold in Africa based on noise. But if you look at what is happening compared with the Ghanaian singers and what the Nigerians are doing, the Nigerians have been seeing that Nigeria is too small for them. They have come to Ghana, kind of conquered it a little bit. And they are moved to collaborations worldwide. And they are doing much more. You know, Dubai did some song with Snoop. And it's funny, they met Kanye West, the director at an airport in Dubai. And he begged him that he wants him to listen to something. And he listened to it, he liked it. And brought him to their camp and then sublet him to do. You know, Kanye is higher, so you do it with the other guys. Very kind of. But what I'm just trying to point out is opportunities happen. But I don't see so many opportunities with our guys. I think they like the local market a lot and seemingly. And it's not watching them so much more than what we should do. But we should understand that there is a lot of business out there that is not done more. I think our Mam Samini has won some few international awards. Bobo, the British Bobo Awards, he's won it once. I think so. Okay, he has sponsorship from MTN to go to school, so it's a different story. Oh, I think it's the School of Music somewhere. Oh, I don't know about that. No, I'm talking about something. Oh, you don't know a Batman?
No, I mean.
Now, one thing that the internet does is it also leads us to form new type of business models. New type of business model. Some of you know one of the models, like the social network model. where you go into a website and people have gathered together with similar interests. That's the social network one. Then you have the online marketplace where different buyers and sellers come and display their product, like Amazon. And you can search for products happening there. Now this is beyond the brick and mortar businesses. The brick and mortar is the physical shops. Now sometimes people say brick and mortar. That means a person who owns a physical shop and also have an online shop. All these business models characterize the different ways companies are trying to create value on the internet. Now, quite unfortunately, we don't have the time to learn that, but there is the course that we do in e-business as building business models for the internet, and we go into these things in detail. Now we have the social network, the online marketplace. People also have the content provider, or someone also called a portal, a website that provides digital content like news, music, photos, and video over the web. That is very direct Yahoo. You know the head of Yahoo has resigned now, the founder. Now that money the company doesn't cost anything for it's not attractive to anybody anymore. He has resigned. Quite sad. If you are taking microphone offer 2 years ago, the company would have been doing better, right? And I think Microsoft wanted to give them about 37 million. Now, they are valuing them at less than 10 million. It's really bad. I think so. But people like it. A lot of the Africans, that's where we have our first email. Yeah. Yahoo, Hotmail. Yahoo. You're still Yahoo. What is it about it that you're still with it? I'm just wondering why we all like it. Or because people, everybody's saying Yahoo, there are other ones. What's your first email address? So how did you become your first email address? Because everybody was going there in Ghana. Why didn't you go to Hotmail? Hotmail was slow. Also reliable. You couldn't do very big attachments with Hotmail at that time. Close your account, but Yahoo doesn't do that. And I think Yahoo was using one of the chats. Yahoo chat was making it easy for people to chat, especially a lot of people were chatting. Generally, Yahoo is easier more friendly. Are you sure? There are ones which are quite easier. Gmail is cool. You can install in the whole album, the music and everything. You like it. Anyway. There is another type of business model we call the service provider. The service provider provides services using the internet, interactive maps and photo sharing, like Flickr. Let's know about Flickr. You know Flickr was a Yahoo company. Or it's not. There was a time that Flickr was telling that they were closing their accounts. You're linking everything to closing your Yahoo photos and linking everything to Flickr. Anyway, Flickr is there, and then there is Google Maps. And that one everybody knows it. Now Ghana can find your house on Google. It's called Google has put in more effort to document Ghana. Then you have what we call a portal. This one I hear a lot of people talking about it. That our firm has a portal. But I think many companies don't have portals, they have company websites. A portal is a comprehensive entry point for a huge array of resources and services of the internet. And your company website will tell about us, what we do, how to find us, or contact us. Those 3 buttons. It's not a portal. It's a point of entry to the world, but it's not to the whole world, but it's not a portal. Usually a portal has much more embedded information, embedded sub-sites. Like Yahoo has Yahoo Movies, Yahoo Music, Yahoo News, Yahoo Games, horoscopes, so many other sister websites within the same one portal. That's why Yahoo stands out to look like a more important than. If you look at Google, Google is what? A search engine. Primarily, that's their business. Now, even though I'm talking about all these business models, one thing you need to appreciate is that today there is a thin line between all the businesses. Somebody can be a social networking website, but he's doing other things. He's also selling. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. Yeah. So it's very difficult for you to see categorize one, but there's always a primary essence or primary model that governs the website. For example, Joy FM, whatever it is still a content provider providing news. However, it makes revenue by selling adverts on this website. Is that not true? But its core thing is that it provides needs. And now they even have the Joy FM photos. They take only photos of those who come for their parties. And then, I can't know whether they're music. Ghana Base or whatever, it's not for them. Ghana music. And then now they have video on their multi-TV website. You see there's a video section. Yeah. Then there's another one. This is not a business model anyway, but it's a form of, I just wanted to add it because sometimes it's dropped out in discussion. Blogs. Who knows what a blog is? Blog. A blog is just like an online journal or your online diary that you just write about. Some people write about anything that they want to freely express. So they write about what goes on in their life, and that's also you're using as their company website and communicate with consumers. Write about things that the company is doing. Now blogs are they are actually supposed to be personal web pages that contain series of chronological entries. So you can search according to, if you see many blogs have got a calendar by it, so you can find every entry that was made on which day. Blogs were supposed to be personal, but because some of the ways or the technologies that have been used to develop blogs, a blog like a WordPress, you can do video on it, you can do add documents to it, you can link it to many pages. Now some companies are using that one as a central website. Anyone who has been into our class website is made out of a blog like WordPress. That is why you see it's Jimpa with mis.wordpress.com because it's free. Later on, you can actually buy for $17. You can just buy jimpa.wordpress.com. jimpa.mis.wordpress.com. No, remove the WordPress. So you come jimpa.mis.com. And you can attach it to the same blog, then you can own it. A simple way companies do that, and you see that simple thing I've done that we use to update it. Some company websites are just like that. They just use blogs to develop. Because blogs is another way of people saying that sack your website designer. You can do something yourself at a low cost, and then when you grow bigger, you can then go and bring in somebody. Because of this, anybody who has a small business can start a small website. Blogs are easy to do. If you type WordPress video in YouTube, it can teach you how to even start it. And it's very easy for you to do. So don't think about it's beyond our class. I would have taught you how to set up a WordPress account and easily set up your own page and have your own website. In fact, some people are making money from this. They'll tell you, we'll design a website for you for $50. These are the things they are using. Because it's not costing you anything at any time. He's just doing it for you. And it is true. While some people are charging $7,000 for your website, others are charging $50. It's a very big difference. One of them is designing the site for you to teach you. Another person too is actually teaching you and communicating your business value online. So those are different ways. Then you have a virtual storefront, a company that sells physical products to consumers or to individual businesses. Physical products like shops, your product online, if not Congo's online, or Best Buy. Then information broker, those that enable you to do price comparisons. Have you seen the price comparison charts? You can pick one product and compare it to two shops. So some of them are there, like pricerunner.com, nextstack.com. So you can get to know, like, this laptop you want to buy across 5 shops. Who is selling this cheaper? Then you have the transaction broker, those who help with complete transactions online. Some of you know PayPal. I've not written it there, but it's one. And there's also like Expedia.com finds products like hotels and airlines and your bookings. Put them together in one bundle and let you process the transaction for you to have it. Now, all of these companies have found a different way of making money. Some of you actually, so how do they make money? Some of them sell adverts to make money. Others also sell information. They trade the information. Not that they are giving you information out, but you can tell maybe Microsoft that we have this type of characteristics of consumers on it. If you come and advertise a product to them, this is the number of people you will reach, and this is who you will target. Like Facebook is doing that a lot. They have so much information and they can narrow down people's preferences so much easier. So they are able to do targeted advertisement very well, more than even Google. Currently, I think a week ago, Google announced a new addition to their search, so that when you search, you can now set within your own things that you like on the internet. So they set up this social networking platform called Google Plus. I don't know whether anybody is like Facebook, Google Plus. Now when you start adding your friends, and your friends start liking things on the web, they start creating kind of a diary of a footprint of the whole world. So when you search for like Gimpa, first of all, it will search the web and to bring the results. But the first results that will come to show you results about from your own network. Either things your friends are looked at, or your friends who are named Gimpa, or something to do with the fact that you went to do something in Gimpa, you went somewhere online. So those ones will come up as compared to the other ones that are now. It's all about showing you, giving you much more interactivity. Do you understand me? Let me just show you, display it for you to see. So just say, we go to Google right now, and let's say, now just go to Google and let me see, let's type. What? I just want you to see something. Now, this is what is our search. You see the personal results.
Yeah.
You see 20 personal results and then what? 74,000 other results. Personal results are things that are coming from your network. People that you are working with, things that you have also on pages you have visited before, that you have liked, it has taken a record of it. So I click personal results, what it's going to do is going to show me things that are coming from. And you see, this is how it shows it. That these are things that I have actually looked at. This is the second one is one of my students. This one is a blog by Joseph, my research assistant. And these are websites that I've actually worked with, projects I've worked on. And somehow it has been able to build an imprint of what I'm doing. So to come to a time where, especially those of you who like browsing websites and so you are not on to Google, like you log into Google and that you see you are signed in, but then you come to Google and you are browsing. It starts keeping your search history. I start using to create a personality about you. It's simply YouTube. When you log into your YouTube account and you are searching, it starts keeping an imprint of the things you are looking at. So sometimes if you come back and you just look at it, they show you recommended videos. Then you be shouting, where are these videos coming from? It's the things you have been doing. That is why it's recommending those videos. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. That's the guys at the back. They look very pure. Oh, I'm just looking at them. Look, you can take me to court. I'll take one of me as my brother. So that I can read. Anyway. So there are different types of electronic commerce. There is the business to consumer. When businesses are doing business to consumers, there is a business to business. There's consumer to consumer, like eBay websites. Consumers selling. Then there's government, is not that one is on your book, but it is there. Government to consumers or government to citizens. Sometimes there's even government to government, where governments are transacting between other governments. And then there is the other one that we mentioned in mobile commerce. Business to business, business to consumer, consumer to consumer, government to consumer, citizen, mobile commerce. Earlier, I told you that we have one interesting thing is when you have a website like the information booker, transaction booker, there's another one I left. I wanted to the search engine. That is why I was explaining Google to you. Now, when you go to a website, the website tracks. I was explaining to you. It tracks everything that you click on, and then use it to build a profile about it, so that you can tell me next time you come back, welcome, John. You know, some websites are able to recognize you as soon as you go to your website. The reason why they're able to do is that I was explaining to you last week that it keeps the what the text file called a cookie. It puts this on your computer so that it keeps a record of who you are in your details and sends it to the machine that you are trying to browse from. That's the server. And when it does that, it's able to have information about you. So anytime you come back, the computer will log in automatically and then tell you. The user goes to the website, based on your portfolio and recent market trends, here are some recommendations that will tell you, welcome back, Steve. Check out these recommended titles. Sarah, the items you want to bid on are this. It's able to do that because it follows and tracks your click patterns. Now, normally if I'm doing tutorials, I would have shown you that in every browser, currently in today's browsers, to prevent websites from keeping this personal information, you can click on what we call private browsing or in private. Some of you have seen it somewhere. For example, in Google Chrome, you can choose it as incognito. That it will give you, see what it's doing. You have one incognito for this particular page. So if you can read it yourself. This one calls it incognito. Other websites call other browsers call it private browser or in browser. You have gone incognito. Pages you view in this window will not appear in your browser history or search history. Or they will not leave other traces like cookies on your computer after you have opened all your incognito pages. Any files you download, bookmarks you create will be preserved, however. That the files you download on your computer anyway. That, you see, going incognito does not affect the behavior of other people. Sometimes still website can get information about you, but you are actually preventing your computer. So if somebody comes back and then comes to use your computer, you will not see certain things that will be disturbing or sometimes which are private to you or personal. Sometimes your bank account details. That is why it is called personal computer, not the home's computer. I hope you understand. The public computer, your laptop is a personal device. Your phone is a personal device. So treat this aside. I don't know, like, two guys come and visit a lady and you put the phone in the middle. And then they sit down and line. Know that I'm using the latest phone. Oh. And the moment you take it and say, can I see and the lady begins to browse the phone and see the messages and other things. So sometimes intention your job is hot and is good business already. So you are even in a relationship. You are in call. With the ladies, the phone is always in the bag. I didn't see your call because the phone was in the bag. I want to take the phone to anytime any text message comes. As soon as you text, you read it, delete. Sometimes the phone as the thing is landing. The finger is going on to tell you. Because they got the message already. So, we have appreciated what we wanted to say concerning. You have not yet about January. Which one is your office for? So the collect the back, please. This one is your. Right in the office, right in the office. The office is warm. Or they look at the fact that you have blackberries, you need a child. This I come to next week. The phone that you're flexing are the iPhones, the blackberries. The Samsung, the one chapa is that 700, not the anyway, B2B networks. B2B has to do business-to-business networks. Now we are looking at different forms of it. Sometimes companies have what we call private industrial networks. Those private industrial networks may be owned by the company and it will be used to link its customers and buyers and trading partners. So the firm is there and is linking itself with suppliers and distributors. For example, a firm like BMW USA who produces cars can do a very simple thing like that. So that when you order a car and customize it online, you can deliver it to you. So you can have a private network that they trade with different suppliers in it and different distributors in that. Then there is other ones called net marketplaces, or what some people say e-house. That is like taking a market like our wish, but then they put it online. So there are a lot of buyers, there are a lot of sellers. And that is what I was saying, that somebody trying to do something like e-marketplace in Ghana, trying to put one, he goes to negotiate and put the different shops there, and then enable consumers to buy. But sometimes by the time he's ready to be able to, when he gets purchases, he realizes the prices on the market has changed, so it was affecting the business and it was not sustainable. The business was at it was housed in the trust house, if I can remember. Where is trust house? I said that down. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. Well, Utapol and Associates. They have an office in that building. And there is a sheet shop on the floors or something like that in the premises. There's a bank nearby. Is it Amma Bank? They run a bank of Africa. So that marketplace is a single market for buyers and sellers. Sometimes it can be for only one specific industry, like the fashion industry. There is a net marketplace like that in Hong Kong, and they have a website. And what they do is that they let different sellers and buyers for fashion apparel, that is cloth, thread, all those things that enables you to sew clothes, come together and trade. And what they do is that they are able to negotiate your prices and they put them there. Sometimes the industry will have an owner and they will negotiate how much you can sell products there to the company. The companies have to then compete based on other bundled activities, bundling products or other services. Sometimes they just register the companies and the companies come and do whatever they want to do by selling on the platform. For example, if you look at eBay as a net hub, what eBay does is that it qualifies you to come and sell. Then it puts rating systems on you so that it can be, when people are buying from you, they can be able to know to what extent can they trust you. So eBay bought a company called PayPal to provide a transaction, to facilitate transactions between the companies. Now what PayPal does is, for example in the UK, for some sellers, if you verify your identity, who you are, and you attach your account to it, so that can insure somebody up to about $500, £500. So if you are transacting with that particular seller, and you think that your product is not, the product you receive is not good, and there's a dispute, some part of the money will be used to what? Take care of you, or to compensate you in the transaction. That's not that if it's found out to be true. Now, the reason is that PayPal will write, if the person is verified, write PayPal verified, and I need the person's ID, so that you know. And apart from that, it also gives you rating, right? People who buy, because buyers can give rankings and ratings and comments. But the reason why the ratings and the rankings and comments are not good is sometimes people get their own friends to go and write things about them. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. So it is important that you go to look for paper verified. That is, the paper has verified his identity, where he lives, and they can be able to find the person and hold him responsible. Which is very true, because this is how they do it. When you register on paper, they will tell you that they will put the money into your account, and they will tell you to write, go online and fill a form indicating how much money they put into your account. They do it twice. So that if you so that they know the account is yours. Secondly, you have to verify your address. They will either call your phone, because somehow the fixed lines are tied to the locations of the houses. They will call the phone, and if you pick it up automatically, they will give you a code and you go and put it. What is the voice automated or interactive voice IVR? I'm right. Interactive voice response. It will give you a code, then you go online and then go and put the code in it, so that you verify your location. Thirdly, they could also send you a letter to your home with some codes, and then you go online and then you go, so that you can verify that you are really living there. So they tie people to their locations, and that makes it easy for them to be able to know. And they also tie to their bank account or credit card. To some extent, and most debit cards are already insured for £50. I'm not saying that in terms of transactional fraud, not overdraft. So to some extent, in that business platform, if you are a buyer, and they do it for the buyers too have to be verified by paper. Otherwise, you may buy something and you cannot pay. And you know, because eBay is by auction, if you win it and you cannot pay, you are really affecting somebody's opportunity of getting the product. Yes. Yeah. That's a very good point, because Mega Upload was arrested. Okay, you said I didn't mention any file sharing websites, which is very true. In fact, a lot of business models are very emerging now, and some of the textbooks have not even captured them. Because one problem that we should know about academics is that we are always behind the industry, especially with technology. It's very few sectors that people develop for the industry to benefit. But quite a number of them, we are always behind. The industry innovates and we follow a step. Have you seen any lecture saying that you are putting the software and it's coming to give you a before? You come and find out that, oh, what are you using? Can you write a research paper around it? Can we investigate it and advise you better? You need to develop it. What advice can you give me? I am in a field. Especially with the lecturers who don't have any prior industry experience. He even doesn't know what he's talking about. That book is what he's telling you. I'm telling you the truth. You have friends in the lab last night in academic environment who are like that. And it's because of the nature of he was the first class student, he told him come and see him. He told him that, okay, do an M-Flow and become a lecturer. So you see, throughout his life, he has not even touched programming software before. He has not understood what project management is. When resources are not coming, what do you do? You see, he will tell you that you don't put personal finances, but you know that in Ghana, you have to put your personal funds in every company that you are running. And how then to balance the books? That one they don't teach you, but these are reality. So there's a need for the real FBE, the one for the person who is the workplace. What I point out is true. Much of the things are there, and there are many kind of business models that are coming up that people have not actually captured. One of them is the file sharing website. You know that website that allow you to upload files so they can send to somebody so the person can download. Now what these websites are doing is they are selling or they are trading based on people coming to the website every day and transacting data. They create an account, or sometimes they don't even have to create an account and upload. So they sell much more of the hits and they use it by adverts. So some of them, before you can actually upload, they will take you to an advert and you say, if you don't want to watch the advert, you put some skip the ad. Or this ad will sell continue after 5 seconds. And they'll show, and unfortunately for us in Africa, all the ads are not relevant to us. Why? Oh, because our companies don't do much more of high advertising. And most of the advertisements are contextual. So you find them on the very informative websites. Like you go to Facebook. Facebook do geographical base and then your profile based advertisement. So they look at your profile and tell you that you know this, you know this. They look at your profile. If you say you're living in Ghana, you see adverts. Although some of you right now are living in New York, they put the adverts. Like Ghana, you're still living in New York. They put the adverts on the side the same way. I should your head. I get commented. I'm going now in Paris. So if the advertisement is based on the information, others also do the advertisement based on your IP. So you go to some website, you're going to put your information there, and they start showing adverts from Ghana. You want to call us? Then they will bring some baby pictures on the side and that shake your head. They will ask you those questions. What questions do they ask you? You want yes, and they show you something about it's all about the IP, the geographical locations, and also with the IPs. Because some IPs let them know that you are in Ghana. It's quite unfortunate that you don't have. I would have taught you email tracing, where you can trace where emails come from. So sometimes a person can tell you that it is in the office, but the email was sent from his home. It's not easy. No, the guy teaching you information security, ask him that question. Now, sometimes the marketplaces can be vertical or horizontal. Horizontal meaning that it cuts across a number of industries. Vertical meaning that it actually stays in one particular industry. Sometimes some firms have vertical. What is a vertical means that it's sticking to one particular supply chain or a chain of activities in one industry. So only those members in the industry are the ones who will be trading there. And then sometimes it cuts across different industries, meaning that there are people coming from different. So we have fashion, agriculture, and all of them mixing themselves in one. Like Alibaba.com, owned by a Chinese guy. Alibaba. Hey, you want to go and drink something? Alibaba.com. Yeah. It's a Chinese, Chinese. As for names of websites, if you find out those who want them, you'll be surprised.
But they sell,
so this
sell small.
But it's actually a broad, even Ghanaian companies are there. It's actually a whole directory. Yeah. Net marketplace. So you have buyers, you have sellers, and then you have one that they come together to interact with themselves and share resources. Let's break here and then have our coffee. Okay, so what we Hello. Yes, what we discussed earlier, we mentioned business and commerce. So I'll pick it up from there. And I said that commerce has to do with e-commerce that is carried on a mobile platform. Now the reason why mobile phones have become an option for business is because of the fact that it's a more mobile device, easy to carry. If you want to do any transaction on the internet, and all you can do is on your laptop or desktop. You can't carry your desktop all the time. You can carry your laptop all the time. But if the phone provides any sharp device or easily accessible device that which the form factor is small, you can actually carry it everywhere, and it makes it easy for you to have all the kind of services that you have had on the internet and make it readily available to you. So the first one is the location-based services. That because of the fact that they are mobile phones, and they also work with geographical positioning services or technologies. You can also have targeted adverts, communication-based adverts. Some of you see this as an example of what you see with MTN zones, where you enter into a particular zone, and they tell you the name of the area, and they tell you that where you are and how much savings you can have in terms of your airtime if you show up. That is still work.
Yeah, it does.
MTN also does. You don't like it, it doesn't work.
Oh, it's up to
No, it works. It works.
It works.
Yeah.
In some locations, you get almost 90% discount. No, that's what I said. Is it only one word? Tigo has the one Tigo places. Tigo choose your phone to register. Then with MTN, when you enter into that person, it gives you some location-based services. Okay. Then you can also have banking and financial services. You know there are the number of banks around. Sorry. Almost all the banks are now doing some form of mobile services. When a transaction takes place in your account, it can send you a text message. Do you know about that one? Yes. And some of the banks have interfaces that can enable you to transact online on your phone. You can actually stop checks, and then you can also check your balances. Some of you also are able to have what you may call telephone banking. That someone calls you and you call a particular call center and do your transactions by phone. Now all these are different types of banking and financial services that is facilitated by mobile phones. Then you also have wireless advertisements, like how people send you text messages. Like how you are sending text messages all the time. You know, if somebody is doing a party or an open house, sometimes you send text messages about it, that there's going to be maybe fashion sales in this particular community. You should come. Questions that you may ask is how does that happen? You know, some websites and some companies, all that they do is to harvest and store phone numbers. So you're going to pay a little to them and you can send it to about 1,000 people for you. And sometimes it's a little bit intrusive because you don't want those information and they are coming. I heard a joke today about this Reverend Minister, Reverend Ashmore, who was received a text message that something spicy. Go and check it, and they gave me a website. And he went to it, and it was Lady Gaga is some skin. He didn't know who it was, he shouted. But he was talking about it himself. Until later, when he went to do investigation, he got to know that's Lady Gaga. Something spicy. He said he himself, he was tempted. To wonder what is the spice. And you know that when they give those text messages, it looks like a number which is very active or somebody is using it. So sometimes you want to find out who is the one sending that information. So you want to get something spicy. Go and get those text messages. So wireless advertisements. Then you can also have social connections, games, and entertainment. Quite a number of people spend a lot of their time on their phone playing games. I hope there's a game called Crack the Safe. You keep sending text messages and you're supposed to win them. You don't ever win. And I think Edgar has some number, was it Treasure Mentor? You keep on answering some questions, very, very easy questions. And they tell you, you are very, very close to winning that point. You are very close, you are quite close. You are the only person who has gone this far today. You are on the bronze level, and you never get to go. And if you don't take care, you can text 20 Ghana cedis, and you will not see anything. And some of of them, when you use computer, they send you text. You still want to play. They don't ask you a question. You use mobile games, are they really genuine? No. Always, you only get people winning. The story about people winning from the people who created the thing. Oh, I some people have been winning. They'll tell you people have been winning. Somebody do 1,000. But they are the ones telling you genuine. You won. Always is the other part.
She's MTN, so
MTN people win things. I should do random selection to loyal.
Well, in this case, it's a third party that runs it. The company MTN itself does not run it.
You are in MTN. How far, how high are you?
Very high.
Very high. That's good. I have a critique about one of the. You were doing your, is it 10th anniversary? Was it 10? 10 million subscribers. And you were not spending enough budget on your video. Who watched that their video that they were showing on TV? That advert that they were showing that will thank you. So the advert never filled the screen. It's small and that is a very, if you are in video production, it's a very cheap video format. You do that one that is 4 by 3. It fits only the center and you make originate beautiful. In fact, I told myself that it's, if you are in a video field, you see that this is cheap. 10th anniversary and those still won't spend. 10 million. And anyway, that is more money and you don't want to spend. But it actually, my respect for you came down. I'm a user, but you have to do something about that. You have to remove it. Oh, you still show it on TV?
Well, me, I don't watch it. I hardly watch it. No, I hardly watch it.
You see, the people who work in places that we know more than what's
I'm not a marketing person.
You see, this is one of the reasons why somebody is asking that you should be a very good representative of the company. Now you say there's not a marketing person.
No, but I don't know about that.
Oh, you have an advert?
Yes,
that says thank you. They show people. I have seen that. That says on the screen. I never watched it. It is like, you know it. It only feels only part. It's like a pirated movie I watched.
That's what I saw. Then all the directors.
The movie is good though. You tell the guy, but and it's not only that advert. Most of your adverts are like that. They give me what you were doing a program. You were doing a program on campus. They brought you an advert on DVD. They brought you an advert on DVD. This advert on the time we were doing this. The fact that you can browse on your phone. There's a guy that is washing the camera. Listen to music on your phone. That advert to us. That's it.
Hey, I don't remember that one. I've not noticed. Seriously.
But it's not a very good format. 16 by 9. Now we all buy classmates and even
you watch it on your
plasma. If you watch it on any screen, apart from the other ones that you know the other TVs, those ones
what's the one?
The small ones you never see, but if you have a 16 by 90.
No, check your plasma set.
I don't want to show it. I understand you. At least the 10 million.
I don't remember seeing it.
The lady here says that she remembers it.
You were not.
I don't remember.
You watch it. The reason why I'm saying that.
It's true. What she says.
No, I don't have the 10 million. The 10 whatever.
That's what I got.
But the reason why I'm saying that is you be watching normal maybe TV3 showing very well. And when the advert comes, it just shows the center. The worst part of it is I watched it at the mall. It should show, you know, the mall has adverts they show. So these other adverts were coming big, and they were filling the screen, and that one came. And they made the mall, the screen is big. So you see it, and it's so awkward.
I remember.
It's all part of trying to save us.
Oh, but I'll ask her.